What's going on, everybody? Happy Thursday. Welcome into the PHNX Suns Podcast. I'm Lindsay. That's Gerald. That's Flex. And that's Espo. I don't know about you guys, but I'm a little exhausted after that big win last night over the Denver Nuggets. I feel like I just went out and partied all night long.
Did you?
And now I'm paying for it today.
Why'd you go party after a regular season win?
It's just the feeling.
This
you
is
know
why
what
she's
I mean?
been sick for 3 months
This
straight.
is probably why I've been sick for 3 months.
I am.
Every Suns win after we leave here, I go out and party.
I'm good to go. All right. Big win last night. Opening day for the Diamondbacks today.
Yeah.
Let's go get it. I am excited about everything that's coming up until we talk about the schedule, and then maybe I'll feel a little worse.
It's fine.
But for the first 3 minutes of this program, we're all super stoked about where we are
Get
in
in
life.
there, Flex.
Let's do it.
I'm not going to lie, that was awful. Do it
Come on,
again,
do it
please.
again.
Please.
There,
we
that's
go.
better. Here we
That's
go.
better.
Flow
There
The
is
we
better.
go.
microphone got in the way a little
He
bit.
was so distracted by my good looks that he couldn't.
For all you audio listeners, they were doing their handshake. Their little secret handshake that is now.
That's
everyone
like the
knows.
worst
We all
secret
need one.
ever.
I'm still trying to get one with y'all.
We'll figure it out.
We'll
Gotta
figure it
figure it
out.
out.
One of these
We'll
days.
link up.
One of these days.
We'll link up.
All right, gentlemen, let's have a conversation today. The Suns only have 9 games remaining for the regular season. Let's talk about maybe who we're a little bit concerned about when it comes to staying out of the play-in tournament, or where we fall maybe within the play-in tournament, and people who maybe we're not so worried about either.
Okay.
So we'll start by taking a peek at the remaining schedules, how we think they'll fare, and we'll start with the Lakers, who are currently 9th in the Western Conference standings. So the Lakers have the Pacers, the Nets, the Raptors, the Wizards, the Cavs, the Wolves, the Warriors, the Grizzlies, and the Pelicans. And Espo, you went through and you looked at the opponent win percentage of all of these teams we're going to talk about.
Yeah, for the last 10 games. So,
Okay.
so to give you, and we've heard everybody say, oh, the Suns have the toughest schedule remaining, which is based on overall records. I went and looked at the records of all these teams' opponents over the last 10 games, and this terrifies me because the Lakers' opponent win percentage over the last 10 games is 41%. It's the only group that's is sub 500 out of all the teams we're looking at, and they're slowly creeping up on the Suns. A world where the Lakers move up significantly would not shock me based on who they play and how weak that schedule is.
Yeah, so the Lakers right now are 2 games back from the Suns and a game and a half back from the Kings. And the Kings are in 8th and the Suns are in 7th right now.
Yeah. And the Lakers have been playing well recently. They're 7-3 in their last 10. It feels like Spencer Dinwiddie is helping them figure things out a little bit. Their offense has actually been, I think, top 5 since the All-Star break or something like that. So they've been playing pretty good basketball recently. They do have a little bit of ground to make up on the Suns, but the rough part is like that they own the tiebreaker head-to-head over Phoenix. So Suns got to finish with a better record than them right now. I think they still have a solid chance to do that because when you're looking at remaining games, Lakers only have 10 left. We only have 9 left, so there's not a ton of breathing room there. But, yeah, I mean, just going through those 10 games, Pacers could be a tough one, but Nets, Raptors, Wizards, those are all pretty automatic. The Cavs have been banged up. The Wolves are missing Cat, even though they've been playing pretty well since he went out. The Warriors, I don't know what to expect from them. Grizzlies, automatic W, and you hope for a Pelicans win out of that group.
Well, and you think the Cavs would be challenging, but they're 3-7 in their last 10. They're struggling.
Yeah.
Look, I don't like it because that means there's also a world where, and a very realistic world where, if you stay in 7th or fall to 8th, your opponent could be the Lakers. And look, it's not that I necessarily fear anybody in that play-in situation, but if you could avoid LeBron James and Anthony Davis in a one-game scenario, I would like to avoid Anthony Davis and LeBron James in a one-game scenario.
No, I get that. But I think looking at those 10, or those 9, I think the Lakers go like 6-3 over that stretch. I think they lose to the Warriors. I think they lose to the Wolves, the Pelicans, and there's probably one random loss that gets sprinkled in there, like the Warriors.
I think they go 7-2. But Flex, where are you sitting when it comes to the Lakers?
I mean, listen, they're playing good basketball, and you got to keep them in the rear view. They got LeBron James, so you're always going to have that little fear factor with the Lakers. Am I worried? I'm not. I just feel like the Suns have to worry about what they got to worry about. The Lakers are, is it 3 games in the win column behind the Suns, 2 in the loss column?
Yeah, they are 2 behind in the loss column and 2 behind in the win column.
Yeah, so I mean, you don't want to play the Lakers. They're playing good basketball, but I just think if the Suns handle their business, the Lakers are the least of their worries. But again, to your point, if there is a 7-8 matchup and it's Suns versus Lakers, that means the Suns didn't handle their business and they made their bed and now they got sleep in it. So I think that's part of the Suns' motivation. I actually look at this as a positive. I think you go into these next games and you know who's behind you and you're like, all right, mess around and that's what's behind you. And so that's more motivation for a team that has proven when they're motivated, they play better. So, yeah, have that boogeyman behind you. I kind of like it.
I mean, the one thing that you can take solace in if the Suns do end up having to play the Lakers in a play-in game, out of their 5 games that they played this season because of that whole in-season tournament, the Suns lost 3 and won 2, but the 3 they lost all came in 2023 when they were really struggling.
Yeah.
The 2 they won came in 2024 when they've had better moments anyway.
Yeah.
So trying to find a silver lining.
There you go.
Yeah.
I think they
You
played
got
every
it.
game against the Lakers pretty good, and they weren't healthy for a bunch of them. So it's not like a matchup I look at and I'm like terrified of it. I think the Suns are better than the Lakers.
But it's one game, and that's
one
that's
game,
what
right.
gives me pause.
yeah, I get
Absolutely.
that. I get that.
All right, now let's go ahead and look at the Kings, who are currently 8th in the Western Conference standings. Their remaining schedule, they have the Mavericks, the Jazz, the Clippers, the Knicks, the Celtics, the Nets, the Thunder, the Pelicans, us, the Suns, and the Blazers. Espo, you want to break down their opponent win percentage for us?
Yeah, they're at 55%, which I think rank them second in when you're looking at the toughest opponents. What you notice here too is they play the Mavs and they play the Pelicans and they play the Clippers. So you will, if you win, you're going to gain ground on one of the groups there. This is it's like a snake eating its own tail in a lot of these final games.
Yeah.
Because
Viper.
they're all playing each other as well, which complicates the whole thing. The Kings have a tough road like the Suns. They do get, I mean, the Jazz, Nets, and Portland are easier than some of what the Suns have, but there's not a lot of wiggle room other than that for this group.
Yeah. And I think that April 12th game against the Suns, it's going to be in Sacramento. That is a key to all of this for me because they are tied 2-2 in the season series. Whoever wins that last game wins the season series and wins that tiebreaker. And when you look at how close their records might wind up being, that is inevitably going to matter. So over these last handful of games the Kings have, I had them going 6-4. I think they lose to the Mavs. I think they lose to the Celtics. I think they lose to the Thunder. And I think the Suns take that game in Sacramento. And I think they've been so inconsistent lately. It's hard to figure out what they're going to do because I think they lost to the Wizards recently. They got pounded against a good team, against the Mavs in their last game, but they've also beat the Magic and the Sixers. And I don't know what to expect from them. So I just went 6-4 to be safe.
Yeah, I got them 5-5. There's
Okay.
7 really tough games on that schedule. You got three that you would think are freebies, but I'm going to remind people, there ain't no damn freebies in the NBA. You think they are, and then you see they're not. So
Just look
Yes.
over the weekend.
yeah, just
I
look at
agree, but I also think as you kind of round out the season, I mean, if you look at this, it's mostly the Blazers, the final game of the season for the Kings. Maybe the Nets in there towards the end. People will start resting guys. They're going to start pulling their players, right? If you're really at the bottom of the barrel like the Blazers are, maybe you want to lose some games.
Yeah. Could.
So that's the tough part about that with the end of the season. Everyone kind of waves the white flag more so than during the season.
That happens on both sides, though.
Yeah.
Because you're going to play, the Suns might play a Minnesota team at the end of the year that has nothing to play for. And they may sit everybody. So it happens on both sides. I think we're already kind of seeing it happen, actually. Like, I don't know if SGA is going to play tomorrow against the Suns. He's dealing with a thigh contusion, and do you want your MVP having a hurt leg right before the playoffs? And do you want to run the risk of trying to prove a point and losing to a team you might run into? So there's a lot of mental games going on, which is why for all these teams, it's hard to project out. It really is. You just got to kind of let it play out because you don't know what kind of mental games teams are playing at this time of year. But I just in a nutshell, looking at that, I saw 7 tough games. I think they'll handle the 3 that they're supposed to and win 2 of those other tough games. And so I think they're about 5-5 to end the year.
I think 5-5 with the Suns game being the linchpin. I have the Suns winning it, but if they don't, 6-4 is a realistic spot for the Kings as well. And that's not bad where some of these teams might land. This is going to be a whole mess.
It's going to be fun.
This is going to change.
It is.
6 or
literally
7 times
after every single game.
Oh, yeah.
There will be movement within this one, and it's tough too because that Suns-Kings matchup is our second to last game of the season as well as their second to last game of the season. So how each team is feeling about themselves in that moment could be drastically different than how they're feeling right now.
Well, and anybody that says the play-in is bad for basketball is crazy because look at this. Like, without this, the dynamics completely change.
Right.
But now it's like, okay, who's in? Where are they going to wind up? Like, there's so much more on the line here at the end across the West that it's pretty crazy.
Right. There's realistically, instead of 8 teams that are locked into the playoff spot, there are 11 teams that we're looking at. Like, how can they get into the playoffs? Which makes it more fun, but obviously a lot harder to figure out what's going to happen over these last handful.
So in 7th place in the West right now is the Suns. We've got 9 games remaining. Y'all should probably know all of these ones, but it's the Thunder, Pelicans, Cavs, Wolves, Pelicans again, Clippers again, Kings, and then the Wolves. So prior to last night's game, we gave our predictions for the final 10 games of the season for the Suns. I think I was 6-4. Gerald, you were 5-5.
I was 5-5.
Saul was 5-5. Flex was 7-3. Espo, you were 6-4, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yes.
So still feeling pretty good about what we selected when it comes to the Suns.
I am.
I think I bumped them up over these last 9. I think I bumped them up to 5-4, which would put it at 6-4 versus 5-5, which was what I said yesterday. I think the Thunder's a tough one, but we'll see about SGA's availability because that obviously matters a ton. I think with 2 games against the Pelicans, you might be looking at a situation where you split there. Clippers, same deal, although it's tough because they've been a train wreck over the last couple of weeks. So that, and the Suns need to win both those games if they want to keep that tiebreaker alive because they're 0-2 against LA so far this season. But that is a tough matchup. The Kings one, obviously important. And then you've got the Wolves twice as well, which even though they don't have Cat, they have been playing pretty well. So it's tough. It's tough when you play the same team twice in a stretch of games like that. It's hard to beat a good team twice. So that's my thing. Why I got them going 5-4 over the stretch. But I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, what I do like about it is you control your destiny. It's laid out there. I know we keep saying it, but if you handle your business, your path to being 5 or 6 is right there. I'm not going to go into the 4 range. I'm not. Yeah. I'm not going to go crazy. But you have a real opportunity in front of you by just beating the guys on your schedule. You're not looking for help necessarily as much if you just take care of your own. Now, I don't think they're not running the table. They're just not running the table. And they rank number 1 in the win percentage of opponents over the last 10 games. They're at 56%. It's lower than what everybody, when you're looking at what the projections based on overall schedule is this year, but it's still the highest of anybody in the West still. So it's not going to be easy. And I don't know that 5-4 is good enough for what you're going to have to accomplish. I mean, 6-3, depending on who those 6 come against.
Yeah, 5-4 probably wouldn't, just because of the tiebreaker scenarios. So the Mavs own the tiebreaker there. The Lakers own a tiebreaker over us. We do own the tiebreaker over the Warriors, but I don't think we worry about them in the 10 spot. The Kings, again, it comes down to that last game to decide. We are 1-0 against the Pelicans with 2 to play. So even if you split the remaining 2, you still win the tiebreaker over them. And then the Clippers, like I said, you're 0-2, so you have to win both of those games to keep that tiebreaker alive. But yeah, that's my biggest thing is, like, you probably want to go, if you want to stay out of the play-in, you probably do need to go at least 6-3 and probably 7-2.
Can you put the schedule back up there for a second, Eric? Thank you. I mean, it really depends if you win both Pelicans games, both Clippers games, and a Kings game, and you go, what is that? 5-4, 5-4, like you said, and those are your 5 wins. It dramatically probably changes the things too there too.
Yeah, it could. It
Not
depends.
that those would be the 5 you win.
It's impossible to say because there's still too many games for those other teams that they could win those other games and lose the 2 to the Suns or whatever. And it's just, there's too much to project right now. But yeah, if you want to stay out of the play-in, just look. I went through all of these team schedules and tried to figure out which games they'd win, which games they'd lose. If you're the Suns, you want to go like 7-2 to stay out of the play-in. Otherwise, and even that, like, you still might wind up in the play-in just because of you got some ground to make up here, and these teams are fighting for the same thing that we're doing.
Yeah, we're all on the same path here. But Luke in the chat is feeling real confident about the Suns going 7-2 within this last 9-game stretch. They said the Thunder, no SGA. Pelicans, no Ingram. Wolves, no Cat. Clippers will be locked into 4 and resting. So they're going 7-2.
Do we know that SGA is out?
No,
for sure,
he's not out
We're making
yet.
assumptions.
He's not out yet, but I had a conversation last night with somebody I trust, and he has a thigh contusion. And
so the assumption is even if he plays, he's a little hindered. So that
not fully
with discomfort.
Listen, man, you can call me crazy. I absolutely love this schedule. I love it.
Crazy.
I love it. I'm not backing away from it. I said 7-3 when we were playing Philly. I'm sticking with 7-3. I think forecasting out is crazy. I think you take it game by game. They're all going to have a life of their own. You know, you play Friday in OKC coming off of this big Denver win. Potentially no SGA. You win that game after Friday. You sitting there watching the conference play Friday. You watching them beat themselves up on Saturday. You watching them beat themselves up on Sunday. When you come back Monday for your home game versus the Pelicans, this whole damn picture is going to be different. All the shit we're talking, not sorry for that word, but all the stuff we're talking about right now.
Have you heard this program before?
No, because when I say shit, I don't want to be disrespectful to y'all. I'm not saying that y'all are talking shit. I'm just saying all the stuff in general, all 4 of us are saying is, I think, it's not even going to be relevant by Monday. It's just not. Monday, there'll be a whole different picture. And that Pelicans game will potentially mean a whole lot more for the Suns. And so, yeah, I'm sticking to the day-to-day. I think the main thing is handle your business on Friday. Let the Western Conference sort themselves out. They're all playing each other. They're all running into each other. And so it's got to be a day-to-day thing. But I actually like it because I think the Suns are the only team in this bunch that truly controls their own destiny. They have matchups against everyone that matters. And if they handle their business, they'd be sitting down. I know you said you don't want to talk about 4. I'm not afraid to. They can go 7-2 in this next stretch, and 4 is a reality. Because if you go 7-2 and you sweep the Clippers, they're 2.5 right now from where the Suns are. So Yeah, it's just a lot of basketball. And I'm looking at the schedule. Pelicans got a tough schedule. Clippers got a tough schedule. Mavericks got a tough schedule. Kings got a tough schedule.
All right,
This shit's going to be fun.
let's talk about the Mavs because they are currently 6th in the Western Conference standings, and their remaining schedule is the Kings, Rockets, Warriors, Hawks, Warriors again, Rockets again, Hornets, Heat, Pistons, and Thunder. Now, the Mavs are on a 5-game win streak right now, so they've been playing some really good basketball as of late.
They're outside of the Rockets and the Celtics. They're the hottest team in the NBA right now. They've won 9 of their last 10. Things are clicking for them after the trade deadline acquisitions that they brought in. And there are some tough games in here. I don't know that Houston is going to continue to be on this incredible tear that they've been on, because you look at their 10-game win streak. They have 1 win over the Thunder, and everybody else is kind of meh. So
The Mavericks are kind of similar, though. When I looked at the Mavericks, when they beat
the
Utah
Nuggets
twice, they beat Charlotte, they beat Detroit.
They beat the Nuggets, though.
Yeah, we did
That's
too,
a better,
twice.
yeah, but that's a better win than
No, I
than
get
the
that.
Rockets,
But when I look at the Mavericks schedule, they got maybe 2 good wins in their last 10. Everything else was a bunch of the same stuff we're talking about with Houston.
Yeah, but we talk about take care of your business, and we've seen the Suns not, and the Mavericks have.
No,
and
they have. Yeah, they
so
took care of
that's
the
why
business,
when I
yeah.
look at this, the Mavs have some games that they can take care of here. They're a team that I don't know that they're not going to be as hot as they are, but I don't think the roll's going to slow that much here. I think it's going to be tough with to catch them. So
I've got them going 7-3 over their last stretch. I think they've got 2 against the Rockets, so I think they'll probably split those 2, especially with the way the Rockets have been playing. They got 2 against the Warriors. I do have them winning both of those games just because I don't believe in the Warriors at this point. I got them beating the Kings. I got them losing to the Thunder and the Heat. So, yeah, I don't know. They're a little bit scary to me because it feels like Luka and Kyrie are on the same page. It feels like they've got more center depth than they had, which was one of their biggest obstacles. I don't know. They're playing well right now.
you said lose to the Thunder?
Yeah, in their last game, but the Thunder might have something to play for. They might not. They're currently 3rd though, so they've fallen off. They will be trying to win games. It's just hard to project that far.
That's
out.
my concern, though. If they don't have anything to play for, that's another very winnable game there for the Mavs too. Like, I don't feel like you can.
Can you put that back up?
discount them.
I look at this, I see 8 games that are tough. Sacramento, Houston twice, Golden State twice, Miami, Atlanta, and the Thunder. Every one of those teams I just mentioned has just as much to play for as Dallas. Sacramento's fighting for their life. Houston is trying to catch the Lakers. Golden State's on life support. They still got Steph Curry. And I'm not going to I know G's right. They're not a great basketball team. But that's the same team that if I told you the Suns had to play for 1 game, you'd be worried about because they got Steph Curry. And he's on life support, and he doesn't like to miss playoffs. So he's going to go in there and play his ass off in those 2 games. I'm not going to bet against Steph Curry. Miami, they're in the middle of the playoff stuff. They're in Miami. Coach Spoelstra's the best coach in the world. I know they get hot at the right time. Atlanta's a young team that we just saw that's also 10th. They're in the playoff. They're in the play-in too. So, I mean, I look at that. Having the Thunder at the end is a little tricky because they may not have anything to play for, so they may get a dub. But that could be the same thing the Suns are dealing with Minnesota. Minnesota may have nothing to play for as well. So, I don't know, man. I look at this Dallas schedule, and I beg to differ. I think this is pretty tough. I think they're playing a lot of teams that are desperate. And so the one thing I will know is they're not going to have no freebies. They might have two freebies out of there. And so, again, you got to take it game by game. Gerald's right, though. They're playing good basketball. We'll see how it happens. That Kyrie, I tell you what, that Kyrie shot may go a long way, man. It may go a long way, G. Like, you could look back, and if they get this by 1 game or something, you're going to look back at that Kyrie shot and be like, that might have saved their season.
Yeah. Well, Charlotte's about as free as
Charlotte's
you can get,
free.
I think so.
All right. Next up, we got the Pelicans. Their remaining schedule is the Bucks, Celtics, Suns, Magic, Spurs, Suns again, Blazers, Kings, Warriors, and Lakers.
Brutal.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
That's a tough one.
Outside of the Spurs game, I think this is on par. Spurs and Portland, they're pretty close to what the Suns have to go
yeah, I
through
agree.
here.
It's very close.
Yeah.
I agree.
Spurs, Portland, those should be wins. Cavs probably also. I think they start this off 0-2 though. Like that's a tough way to start your last because Bucks are playing pretty well. Celtics are the Celtics, and then you've got the Suns, and you've got to win both those games to win the tiebreaker there. That's tough for them.
Yeah.
I do think they're playing better than people give them credit for, and I don't know with the way that Zion's playing. I don't know that they'll miss Ingram to the effect where they like go 3-7 or some shit like that. I don't see that happening. So I have them going 6-4 over this stretch. Actually, I think they split the 2-game series with the Suns. I think they get a win over the Magic, Spurs, Blazers, and I think they close out over the Warriors and Lakers because they are a good team and they've been up until Ingram's injury. They were one of the hotter teams in the NBA.
I got them going 5-5. I see that schedule is just as tough as the Suns.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now, my opinion, this game tonight is super important for them.
The Bucks.
Yes.
Yeah.
If they can find a way to get through this game tonight, it helps them tremendously.
Yeah.
Because I swear to you, there's a world where I think they start that stretch 0-4. They lose to the Bucks and then Boston, and then a super desperate Suns team who needs that win at home.
And off all the rest.
And then an Orlando team that is exceeding expectations all year and is in the middle of that little thing in the East. I mean, shit, that's pretty tough. So tonight is going to be interesting. They win tonight, they help themselves tremendously. If they win tonight, I think they go 5-5. They lose tonight, man, it could get bad for them.
I think if they win either of these next two, Bucks or Celtics,
okay, that's fair.
They play with some house money in there because they pulled off one that you don't think. I think 5-5, but it would not shock me if they go 6-4 in this stretch and surprise a little bit. I think the Pelicans are a very quality team, but Suns need to win both of them in my mind. If you want to try to catch this team or put them behind you, you got to win both those games. There's no margin for error there.
Agreed.
Absolutely. All right. And the last team we'll look at is the Clippers, currently in 4th in the Western Conference standings. They have the Magic, Hornets, Kings, Nuggets, Jazz, Cavs, Suns again, Jazz, and then the Rockets.
So the Clippers have more gimmies, I think, than most of the teams we've looked at. But the problem with the Clippers is like they've been going through it recently. They have not been playing good basketball for like weeks now, which is kind of crazy because they were the hottest team in the NBA for that stretch there. But you look at the last few games that they've won, it was the shorthanded Sixers, the Blazers twice, the Bulls twice, and then the Rockets. And that was for basically the whole month of March. So like, I think they'll take advantage of the Jazz games. I think if the Cavs are still banged up, that's another one. Hornets, that's another one. Other than that, though, this could be tougher than... I mean, they're in danger of dropping out to 4. I don't know how far they will fall, but I've got them going... What do I have them? I think I have them going 5-5 over the... Yeah, 5-5 down the stretch, which is not great considering the schedule that they have here.
Yeah. I see that. I think 5-5, and where it hinges is the Kings, Cavs, and the 2 Suns games.
Yeah.
I think that determines how it plays out for them there. And the Cavs right now 3-7 in their last 10. You feel like it might be closer to gimme, but we've also seen that team play some quality basketball this year. That could be a team that spoils some of these Western Conference teams' hopes here. Suns and Clippers in particular. Does Ty Lue have another rabbit to pull out of his hat? Because he has seemed with that Clippers team that when things start to feel bad, he finds a way to get them to galvanize it.
I mean, listen, nothing would galvanize me more than my coach calling me soft.
Yeah.
Okay. So
unless I'm actually soft, and then that wouldn't do anything.
And then it would hurt my feelings.
It would.
Then I'd just be emotional.
But
They're
I'm just saying, nothing would make me so angry and want to run through a wall than my coach publicly calling me soft.
Yeah. They implode a little bit. They're imploding. There's just a lot of stuff behind the scenes with that basketball team. I'm gonna tell you what. I don't know that the Suns are gonna win both those games. I don't know.
I think
I'm
split.
confident they'll split.
Yeah.
I don't know that they'll win both. But I'm telling you right now, if they do win both, that team's going 4-6.
Yeah.
That's what I think. If they don't win, they don't split with the Suns, they're going 4-6. And that's going to put them in a terrible spot at the end of the year. So this is what I'm saying, man. Yo, I am having a blast with this. This is the type of shit that if you're a basketball fan, you love, because this is just war. This is all-out war to the end of the year, and you don't know where it's going to play out, and every night is its own little movie. So it's
Every
fun.
night matters, that's for certain. And if you want to watch 2 of these games along with us, here's your formal invitation to come hang out with us for our watch parties out at Gila River Resorts and Casinos, Wild Horse Pass. I'm talking about April 5th and April 7th. Both of those games we will be having watch parties for out at Wild Horse Pass. So April 5th we'll be taking on the Timberwolves. The 7th we'll be taking on the Pelicans. It's going to be a great time to watch some Suns basketball and hang out at Wild Horse Pass, because the collection by Mike Bibby will also be live there as well. So it's going to have a lot of activations and things for us to all participate and partake in. If you want to get more information, you can check out gophnx.com and click the events tab, and make sure you are all set up on the BetMGM Sportsbook app before the watch parties if you want to get in on the action with our regular season game bets. CWP, Charles Whittle Pike, every time we go to a takeover at the arena, he always takes the same bet I do. And I'm pretty sure we've hit almost every single time. Granted, I do take pretty easy bets when we do the takeovers, but still, you guys can get in on the action with us at these watch parties. I mean, when you sign up for the BetMGM Sportsbook app, make sure you sign up with the promo code PHNX, because when you sign up with that code, all you got to do is place your first BetMGM Sportsbook wager through the BetMGM Sportsbook mobile app of at least $10, and you will receive up to $1,500 in bonus bets if the bet loses. You can check out the show notes for full details. And now you can listen to Shane talk about the disclaimer.
Bonus bets expire in 7 days. One new customer offer only. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY, 467-369 New York. Call 1-800-327-5050 Massachusetts. 21 plus only. Please gamble responsibly. Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP Arizona. 1-800-BETS-OFF Iowa. 1-800-981-0023 Puerto Rico. First bet offer for new customers only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Bonus bets are non-withdrawable. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel. See BetMGM.com for terms. U.S. promotional offers not available in New York, Nevada, North Carolina, Ontario, or Puerto Rico.
Get stuffed, Ontario and Puerto Rico. Flex is on a 1-game winning streak.
Hell yeah. Let's go, Boricua.
Watch out, world.
You know what, how you should celebrate? Nah, you shouldn't. Gerald, you know how we should celebrate the Flex is finally off the
I'm
shot?
scared, but how?
A Mick Ultra. Nothing scary about a
That's
Mick Ultra.
This is a good
We
one.
have a lot of varying sponsors, okay?
Look,
I need to...
it's not scary when it comes to that. And even if you're trying to keep your waistline where you're tight, you're coming off the wedding, you don't want to fall off the cliff yet. So eventually it happens.
You got a few
right?
years, Gerald.
You're off the mark, and eventually it happens. All right, but look, Mick Ultra, 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, all taste. You won't miss out on anything, even though you're drinking a beer with fewer calories. So take some time to enjoy life. Happiness is essential to living an exceptional life. And Michelob ULTRA is refreshing and balanced, and its flavor is next to none. It's amazing. So we could all use a little time off, except for Lindsay. She's had enough.
I wasn't just sitting on a beach during that time.
And take a breather, which you can't do anyways without
Exactly.
coughing.
I wasn't able to breathe.
She can't breathe.
So why not add a beer that's USDA certified organic? I didn't know that you could certify a beer organic, but they've done it. All
Nice.
right.
That's what superior brands like Mick Ultra do.
Michelob ULTRA Pure Gold is organically brewed for a refreshing taste, and guess what? There's 10 less calories in that one. You can get it for 85 calories and 0.1 carbs less, 2.5 carbs. So why not hit up that Pure Gold? Or if you aren't about the beer, which some people aren't, why not try one of their organic seltzers? It's an essential collection that they have, made with coconut water and real fruit juice, so you know it's always going to have a refreshing, superior taste. Plus, it's only 90 calories and 0 sugar. You get fat from the sugar. I can attest to it. You know, so don't do that. You can get 0 sugar in your essential organic seltzer. So head over to MicheultRA.com to find out how you can win superior NBA prizes and to find a Mich Ultra near you. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. And please, enjoy responsibly.
All right, gentlemen. Keith Smith, NBA on Twitter, shared that Grayson Allen is now eligible to sign a veteran extension worth up to $75 million over 4 years. Allen had a 6-month extension restriction following his trade from the Bucks to the Suns, but that is now lifted. What do you guys think the Suns should do here? Because he could garner more in the offseason.
Yes. So this 4-year, $75 million is only for if he agrees to an in-season extension between now and the end of the calendar year, which I think is June 30th or whatever it is. I think if you're the Suns, you need to be pushing hard for an extension now and trying to get this taken care of before unrestricted free agency. At that point, because the Suns have his bird rights, they will be able to offer him more than other teams, which is good. But if you can get him at 4 years, $75 million, I think that's a fair deal for both sides. Like that's about just under $19 million annually, which is a great payday for Grayson. It is going to come with a substantial amount of luxury tax payments. Bobby Marks was saying if he agreed to like a $16 million salary, that would be about $65 to $70 million in luxury tax penalties for next year. So if you're looking at 19, that's probably closer to 75, 80 million in luxury tax. But everything that Matt Ishbia has said has been, we want to keep him. We want to keep Royce O'Neal. We don't care about the luxury tax. We are here to win. Success or money follows success, not the other way around. So if he's been talking this big game and volunteering this information, like he has to back it up now. And I think Grayson is in the middle of a career year that warrants that type of money because he's leading the league in 3-point percentage by 2 full percentage points. He is second in effective field goal percentage behind a center who's shooting like 71% from the floor. And he is one of 3 players, qualified players in NBA history to shoot 47% on threes at that volume, joining Joe Harris and Kyle Korver. Like what he's doing this season is remarkable. He's a great fit. And I think for Grayson, the Suns are a great fit for him too, because he's not going to get that type of spacing or those wide open looks playing along guys that aren't this big 3. So I think if you're the Suns, you try to emphasize, you've been good for us. We've been great for you. We want you here. Let's just get this out of the way now if we can.
Clarify something.
Sure.
2 things, as a matter of fact. You don't have to offer him the full 475 right now.
No,
it's just up to.
Up
to.
to.
Yeah.
So you can offer, I mean, not that, my guess is he'd want the full if he's going to sign it. But also, you mentioned you don't want to get to restricted free agency, but you own the bird rights, which
Unrestricted,
means, unrestricted, yeah. Which means since it's not restricted, you can't match an offer unless he comes to you and says, hey, this team offered me this. Are you willing to go there or above?
But I don't think he would take an offer without doing that. I think he's said multiple times this season, I like it here. I want to stay here. It's, but he can't play his full hand because you got to show me the money also.
Do you guys know when that exact deadline would
30th.
be then?
30th.
For
June
the
30th.
in-season one? I think it's June 30th.
June 30th?
24 hours before free agency opens.
Yeah.
So I go to him right now and I offer it.
Yeah.
I just say 4 years, $75 million. It's there. You can think about it. It's there through,
right.
when the new year starts, new league year starts. But we want you and we value you that much, and put the ball in his court and let him decide it on his time. But I don't hesitate. It wouldn't surprise me if they've already made that offer to him and his agent.
Yeah, this is interesting because Grayson's been, like you said, Grayson's been really good for the Suns, and the Suns have been good for Grayson. The problem that I think, I don't think, everybody worried about Matt Ishbia putting his money where his mouth is. Don't worry about that. That dude's going to pay whatever it costs luxury tax-wise. I would not be shocked if they've already expressed in a desire to do the 475. I think the bigger problem is that I think Grayson Allen has made himself one of the hottest commodities in free agency this year. And I think that the Suns would do backflips if they can get him for 475. I just feel like Grayson, as a businessman, has to. This is the conundrum. This is the decision on Grayson's plate. Do I take 4 years and 75 and guarantee myself some security against injury? Or do I bet on myself having a good playoff, staying healthy, and potentially getting an extra 10 to 15 million on the market?
But doesn't fit and situation matter too? Because look, I'll open the Komodo a little bit and share personally. I made significantly more money in my previous life than before I came here. I came here because I wanted to be a part of this. I wanted to do something I loved, and I wanted to work with people that I was comfortable with. Now, I'm not Grayson Allen, but it also, giving up that money hits a little harder in the real world. So is the difference between 75 over 4 and, say, 85 over 4, that much to a guy? Even go up to 90. I get it, but at some point, does the fit and the ability to be comfortable in what you're doing play a role?
And the weather too. I think he's probably tired of playing in cold cities.
I think it depends on what Grayson is prioritizing, and we won't know that possibly ever until the deal is agreed upon, because there is a possibility, like, he's in the middle of a career year. He really likes being here. He understands that he's valuable to the Suns and vice versa, and he agrees to a deal now. Or, like Flex is saying, he has confidence in himself playing really well in the playoffs, and whether it's here or from another team, he gets an extra 15 to 20, depending on how he plays. We just don't know what he's prioritizing. But for the Suns, like, yes, you should be offering this now if you haven't already, just to A, make him feel valued, and B, because you look ahead. We've talked about this before, but as a team in that second luxury tax apron, you are not replacing what he brings to the table on the open market, because all you're going to have are vet minimums. So if you let him go, if you let Royce O'Neal go, that's malpractice as an owner. Like that's you are basically saying to your roster, well, we know you guys, no matter what happens in the playoffs this year, we're not willing to pay to build on this season, a season where guys have been in and out of the lineup and you haven't had continuity. We're not going to keep that together. We're going to take the cheaper way out. We're going to try and replace 50 to 75% of what these guys do for vet minimums. And we saw how their vet minimums flamed out this year. You cannot do that. So you have to play Grayson, whether it's before the season ends or after it ends.
That is why. Listen, I think Grayson's going to be a Phoenix Sun next year. I think Matt's going to cut the check.
Yeah.
But I think that what you just said is exactly why he doesn't do the extension. Because at the end of the day, he has the Phoenix Suns in the palm of his hands.
Yeah.
He can say, even if the number were 80, even if Grayson is like, you know what, I'm not trying to go crazy. I'm not trying to go, listen, I want 80. They can't offer him, they can't go to 80. It's only 75.
Right.
So, I mean, if I'm Grayson Allen and I'm his agent, I'm like, dude, there's no way you sign that extension right now. You wait until July 1st, and then you see what other people have, and then you come back to the Suns and you keep it 100. I want 80. I want 85. And you know that the Suns are in a situation where they really can't say no. If they say no, there is no way to replace Grayson now.
Well, how about I say 75 and 5% ownership in UWM when it's
There you go.
leased?
Exactly.
Oh, now you got it. Now you got it.
Maybe not 5, but
Dog,
you know
I'm
what I
about to
mean.
say, you
Wink,
my
wink,
God,
under the
you give me
table.
10 million. Just give me the 5% of the company.
I don't even
How
need a
about
contract
that?
extension.
I'll take a vet man and 5%.
You signed a 5-year, $10 million extension. I'm giving you 5% of UWM.
Yeah.
We all cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know, but Grayson Allen, one way or the other, is going to get a bag, and he's going to take it straight to the bank, and he should take it to our friends over at Desert Financial Credit
I guess we're done
Union,
now.
because for
man
more
G had
than
another
84
point.
years, sorry, Gerald,
That's fine.
you're the one. Look at the time. You're the one who told me you didn't want to have a
Would you like
5-hour show.
Would you like
against me. Go ahead.
$200 to feel better?
Yes, I would.
All
Okay,
right.
perfect. Desert Financial Credit Union. They got you, Gerald. Like I was saying, for more than 84 years, Desert Financial has been Arizona's largest, most trusted local credit union, dedicated to creating exceptional experiences by giving back to the community and providing financial solutions that make lives better. You can look to them for checking accounts, savings accounts, mortgages, loans, credit cards, investment options, and so much more. And you want to make sure you're joining a credit union that is committed to giving back to the community that you reside in, as well as sharing success with its members, because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. And right now, they want to hook you up. So when you open a free checking account online, you are going to get hooked up with $200 in bonuses. You can get started by visiting desertfinancial.com/200. That is desertfinancial.com/200.
You know how much gas $200 could get you?
For me, like 4.5, 5 tanks.
Yeah.
Damn.
I know.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But
I fill up like once a month of that.
You know what, though?
You also drive like 2
yeah.
miles.
Yeah,
Fair,
that's
but I
fair.
did have to stop at Circle K this morning, and it
Yeah.
was like the easiest thing ever. I loved it.
Well, and look, you can save even more. I mean, that $200 is going to get you further if you're a member of the Inner Circle.
That's fact.
Because when you sign up, you're going to get 25 cents off per gallon for your first 5 fill-ups. After that, you get 3 cents. And once you reach the ESPO level, you're going to get 5 cents. It takes a little while, and you got to be a loyal customer to get there, but it's well worth it. And, or you can go in and go, give me the ESPO level. They'll tell you get the hell out, and they don't know what you're talking about. But, it's all right. So download that Circle K app and sign up, because America's Thirst Stop has got a little of everything for you. And with the Inner Circle, you're going to get the 6th free on a selection of Circle K products, right? Flex, you can get pizza. You love pizza.
I like pizza.
Coffee. You have coffee.
I like coffee. No, I don't like coffee.
I was like,
I don't
since
care.
when?
I'm just going to say.
I
Go
do.
ahead. Lindsay likes coffee. Ice cold fountain drinks. You can't go wrong
Facts.
there.
like
Especially you haven't survived the summer here. You're going to need some
You're
ice
gonna
cold
need some
fountain
fountain
drinks
drinks.
to get there. So join the Inner Circle for free by downloading the Circle K app today. Terms and conditions apply. At participating locations, visit CircleK.com for details. And you don't have to be 21 or over to participate.
That's facts, you don't. All right, we got a super chat from Psycho Blue. Thank you, Psycho Blue. They said, Tim Legler doesn't know his Lovecraftian literature. So I'll just say this, quote, Suns have won 4 of 5, 9 to go, pay Judas Shuttleworth now. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me that Legler wouldn't understand
I don't understand
Basketball
it.
Cthulhu and all the shenanigans.
Yeah, no.
I get that.
think
I
that's
didn't
fair.
understand it. I had to have it explained to me as well.
I'm
so.
still
I've
lost.
had it explained and I don't understand.
I'm still lost.
I mean, I just know what Basketball Cthulhu is. That's the extent of my understanding of it. So I guess it's not great. All right. Eric has prepared another game for us, you guys.
Let's go.
Yay.
He has some tweets here, and we have to decipher if they are real or fake. Eric, what you got?
Oh, just had to craft up, work on my writing a little bit, and I'm gonna start it off. First of all, we're gonna lay the rules out here, okay? When I say the tweet, when you guys start deciding, you get one answer total. You have to decide amongst yourself, and you only get 1 minute to do it. So I'm gonna bring a timer up on the screen. Once I kick it over to you guys, you have to decide real or fake, and we'll have sounds to tell you if you get it right. This is if you get it right. Never mind, it's muted, so that's not gonna happen yet. Just like that. And then if you are wrong, you're going to hear this. Never mind. I guess you're not going to hear anything. I'm going to do that to myself at first. Okay, guys. All right. First up, real simple. Bradley Beal low-key stinks.
Oh,
This-
that's
I think it's
100%.
real.
Actually, it might not be harsh enough based on
No,
some of the
people were.
tweets I've seen.
That's fair. People
Yeah.
have been really mad at him lately.
Yeah.
That's real.
I think that's real.
I think it's real.
I think it's
I think
real,
it's fake. I think
unfortunately.
that there's a harsher word in it, but I'll go real with you.
Okay.
For real.
Okay, we're going real, Eric.
Okay, going real. You guys are correct. Yay! That one is real. Not too harsh, but started off a little easy for you guys. All right, guys. Here's the second tweet: real or fake. The Phoenix Suns are more confusing than my ex-wife.
That's real.
I think it's real. I haven't. Okay, I feel like I saw the last one on my timeline. I don't recall seeing this one on my timeline, though.
Look,
Okay.
if I had an ex-wife, I
So-
probably would have tweeted this at some point.
I was
Phoenix
gonna
Suns
say-
are more confusing than my ex-wife.
I think that's real.
I think it's real.
Okay, let's go with real.
Let's go with real.
Yeah.
Yes.
You guys are wrong. That one is not real, guys. I made that one up in my own brain myself.
Good job. Good job.
Didn't you just get married?
Yeah, that's why I said ex-wife. I got a wife that I completely understand. So, there's that. All right. Next one.
101.
Devin Booker, if Chris Paul never came to the Suns, and then there's a picture attached to this tweet of Jimmer Fredette. So Devin Booker, if Chris Paul never came to the Suns with a picture of Jimmer Fredette, real or fake?
I think that's real, unfortunately.
That's the problem. It probably
feels-
is real because it's way too. But weren't you guys talking about Jimmer Fredette
Yes,
just
last
yesterday?
night. Last night.
Yeah.
We were.
Yeah,
And
I don't know, man.
At
I
first,
feel like I saw this, though. I
At
can't
first, my
remember.
instinct was it's too complex for Eric to have made it up. But then I go, not insultingly, just like
Right, why would he
why
go there?
the extra step to
But
go?
then it's
the
like he went there because he thinks that it's
Exactly.
too
Yeah,
specific.
This is fake.
This is
You guys
Because
talked
no
about
one-
Jimmer yesterday.
Yeah.
No
this
one
is
in their
fake.
right mind is
No,
going to
no.
honestly
I-
say that
I
book is like
feel like
Jimmer.
I
For
might
real,
have-
for real?
I feel like I saw it, but
majority rules. We're
I'll go
saying
with the
fake.
group.
I'm
I'll go
saying
with the
fake
group.
because if you think Jimmy Fredette and Devin
I'm gonna be
Booker
mad
is
at you
the
guys
same
if it's real,
damn-
but I think
yeah, something's wrong.
I trust you thinking you saw it
10
because you
seconds.
do see a
I
lot
don't
of
know.
things.
I don't know
What
if
are
I
we
saw it. I
doing? Real or
have followed
fake?
too many. Let's do fake.
Fine, fake.
Fake.
Sorry, guys.
Can we?
Who said this?
Danny boy, what you doing?
You
See,
bugging.
What
bro.
are you doing?
Devin would never looked at unevened in his jackness. Everything about Devin is svelte and cut,
Oh
not
my
just the
God.
arms.
Huh?
Look at that! It looks like Jimmer just did arm day every day and forgot leg day.
It looks like the Jimmer Fredette action figure is what it looks like.
It
Are
does.
we sure that's even Jimmer?
It does.
That blows my mind. This has to be sarcasm.
Well, yeah, no, it's a joke,
It
obviously.
can't be
but
any truth to this whatsoever. How many people liked it, though?
it's a
I want to know
hater
that.
joke. Oh, probably a bunch of people.
That's-
'cause-
I did
Concerning.
not have a lot of likes. I don't think
Okay,
it had a lot of
good.
likes.
Good.
well, that's good.
All right. Well, guys, we're not doing too hot.
No, we stink right
so we
now.
need to get
like
some
Brad
wins here.
Beal.
What's next, Eric?
Brad, you don't stink. I'm making fun of the guy.
All right, guys. This one's a little bit of a longer one, so bear with me. We all know the Suns are the best team in the NBA, but they just don't care enough to show it in the regular season. This team is cutting down the nets this year, and them beating Denver's ass again proves it. You have 1 minute, real or fake.
Okay, I'm the king of saying the Phoenix Suns are the best team in the NBA, but I think this one's horseshit. There's no, like, I'm sorry. Like, there's a lot of crazy reactions. That just feels like a bridge too far for me.
I don't know why this one feels real.
Or is it flex
Okay,
a tweet?
so
Because it's
far-
long-winded.
Also,
I think
so
that's
far
why.
it's gone.
Long-winded, yeah.
It's gone real, fake. No, real. What has it gone so far?
Real.
I should have written it down. What has it gone so far? The first one was real.
Real,
The second
fake,
one was
real.
fake.
real.
Or did we say it
It's
was
been
fake?
real, fake, real.
Real,
Okay.
fake, real. Been rotating.
Okay. So does that mean
This
this
one
one should
seems
be
too
fake?
specific to be fake.
Shoot.
10 seconds.
I
guys.
feel like
10
Eric
seconds.
stole my line at the beginning on purpose in making a fake tweet.
All right, we have
5
to pick.
seconds.
We have 5 seconds. What
Go
are we
ahead.
doing?
What you going?
Gerald,
Fake.
you get a call
Real.
this time.
Real. We're going real.
Real.
Dang.
That is from my mind and my mind only.
Dang.
You're mad.
He's
son.
acting the same way towards you with the last one. Don't even go crossing your arms like you knew everything.
Yeah, I had it right last time, and you guys were all wrong, so don't
That's
even
right.
give me that.
That's right. That's right.
Triple B in the chat said Eric loves hitting that buzzer when we get it wrong.
He
Brings
relishes
him a lot
that.
of joy.
I like the pregnant pause, too. I like to just keep you guys in suspense. Okay, next one. So sick of this team. Couldn't watch the Nuggets game because I broke my TV throwing the remote when they lost to the Spurs. They need to figure this shit out before I lose any more money. You got 1 minute, real or fake?
I'm 90% sure I read this one.
Okay, and also it's so ridiculous that I do think it is actually real.
Was
Yeah.
there a video though? I want to see this guy chuck his remote
TV.
so hard at his TV that he breaks.
I'll bet you $20 he threw the remote, not the TV that's broken. It's the remote that's broken, but he's adding a little extra colorfulness.
Yeah, you break the
to
remote,
this.
go buy a universal.
He broke the remote,
Come on.
not the TV. Let's be real.
What
it's
you
real
thinking,
though.
G?
Why do we assume it's a he? Why couldn't it be a she?
Because women are smart enough not to break
Yeah,
things
women.
because of a basketball team.
Yeah, they're smarter than that.
Sorry. Will we be upset? Yes. Will we break something we had to pay for?
Breaking
Absolutely
a
not.
TV over your sports team's game
Absolutely
is
not.
exclusively a male thing. It feels
Totally.
like.
It's stupid no matter
Yes.
who it is.
The crazy thing is that the way the Sun season's going, all of these tweets sound like they could
be real. Yeah.
10 seconds.
I think it's real.
I'm going real.
I'm going real.
I think it's fake, but we'll go real.
That is fake. That is 100% fake.
G's
I'm
G's
so mad
actually
at you right
killing
now,
it.
Warren.
G's actually killing it.
That was my disgruntled face.
Are you
G's
going to cross
actually
your arms too, Gerald, and give us a condescending look? Do it.
G is
present.
actually killing me.
Oh, did I miss it? I'm sorry.
Did it twice.
Do it again.
Eric, so you making all this
Do it
shit up,
again.
Eric? Come on, bro.
It's a game. Don't get mad at me.
Hold on, you know what these are? These are the drafts of Eric's
Eric's
tweets.
tweets?
That he
That's
has
what I'm
on
starting to
his
wonder.
head.
That's what I'm starting to wonder.
His own TV.
I'm starting to wonder if he got some
like,
burner
yeah.
accounts and he be in my mentions.
Should I tell the world I broke my TV?
Yeah.
Dang, we
Keep that.
suck. All right, what's next? Do we have more?
Yeah, I got a
Okay.
couple more
Okay,
for you
cool.
guys. All right, coming up next. This team is more confusing than a chameleon in a bag of Skittles. You've got 1 minute.
I give up.
real.
I don't know.
Real.
I mean,
It's
sure.
real.
This was my corner on Twitter for a
I was
very
going to
long
say,
time.
I
these
think it's
Espo
real.
tweets.
I mean, I've been off the corner for about 2 years now. I don't have the time to be creative like that.
Mhm.
But that
It's gotta
feels like
be
it
real.
could have been real.
If this
I'm
ain't
going
real,
real.
Eric, you're chameleon and Skittles, bro.
It's real.
It's got to be real.
It's real.
Yeah, we'll say real.
Hey.
It's been a while since we heard that sound.
Look at you guys.
Who said
Look
that?
at you guys. It was a response to Sarah Cazell. A fill in the blank.
I love that.
Good
That's
job,
great.
guys. Good job. You got it. You got it. All right, one
Look
more.
at us go.
Look at you.
Look at us.
Look at you.
Who'd have thought?
All right, last one, guys. Drew Eubanks is an elaborate prank by Nathan Fielder. You have 1 minute. True or false?
Either real or that's a really great tweet that you need to fire off, Eric, because
it's
that's
fake.
fantastic.
I think it's real.
You think it's fake?
I think it's fake.
I think it's real.
Because he seems way too proud on his face right now about this one.
He could be.
See, no, I'm telling you, he looks super proud that he came up with this.
Okay.
You're not
Are we going to
wrong.
go fake?
You're
Yeah,
not
I'm
wrong.
gonna.
No, you said real.
You said
I say real,
you're
but
on a,
I'm
you know
riding
what?
with G
You're-
right
You're on
now.
a roll. Let's go with you. But
you're going to be mad when I'm wrong. But
We
I'm
are.
we'll say real.
Hey.
There we
Gee,
go.
You're good at this,
Mike
bro.
V. Hills.
All
There we
right.
go.
look, he
Friend.
looked proud because he wishes he had thought of that. Yeah,
It's a
That
good
must
one,
have
Mike.
been what it was.
I'm just
All right.
proud because I absolutely kicked your guys' asses in this.
Yeah.
That's what I'm proud about.
We
That is
barely
facts.
heard the happy sound.
That is facts.
Yes.
X gonna give it
So
to you.
what was? Wait, what
we
was
also
our?
didn't listen to Gerald a lot, but
Yeah,
what
what was our
final
actual
score?
record?
Did we keep track?
I think
Oh,
we.
no.
I think
I
we
feel like
got
we close to
I think we
500.
were like 3 and 3 or 3 and 4. How
Yeah.
many
I
were
I
there
think it was-
total?
You did 7.
So
Okay, so we were 3 and 4.
3 and
Yeah.
4.
Could have been 5 and 2, but
We sucked.
that's fine.
Well, that was fun though.
Who's
I
keeping
enjoyed
score?
it. I had a great time.
Yeah, that was fun.
Playing real or fake. Hopefully next time we'll be a little bit better.
I think we should go back to the pulling real or fake tweets from us and going to the past
Oh my
and
God.
see if we can figure out. Lindsay's would be
Oh,
easy.
Mine would be
Yeah.
so easy. Mine would
Because
be
Lindsay
so
has
easy.
like a grand total of 35 tweets to look through.
Okay, you're not wrong. I'm trying to come up with something, but I didn't have anything.
There'd only be
because you're
show
not
promo
wrong.
tweets, basically, and
Yep.
something about the transformation
Yep.
center.
And
That would
maybe,
be
maybe some shoes
Yeah.
and some restaurants.
Half of them are
That's the,
exclusively emoji
I
tweets,
know,
no words.
they are. But I would give you major brownie points if you could figure out what I was tweeting about in that moment.
That
That'd
could be a game.
hilarious.
That could
I know.
definitely be a game.
We should absolutely try that and continue playing some more games on here. And speaking of games, our friends over at OGs are currently in a heated battle of gummy madness. You can follow along on their socials as 8 competing dispensaries put gummy versus gummy against each other week after week in a bracket to determine a champion and vote for your favorite gummy as the winner. And when you place a vote, you're going to get hooked up with a BOGO offer as well. So follow along to see who wins. And if you haven't heard, OGs has recently launched 2 new products made with live rosin And we're talking about the OG's Naturals, which are a vegan gummy, and they are available in a sweet clementine flavor. They also have the Big OG's gummy, which is a mega version of Peg's Raspberry Orange RSO, and it is one of the company's most popular products.
I feel like gummy madness would be if I ate that whole thing.
That 100%.
Yeah.
Yes, because it's perforated into 10 slices, each with 10 milligrams of THC for a total of 100 milligrams of THC. And if you guys want to find out how you can get your hands on some of the best scratch-made THC gummies that you can, head on over to ogsbrands.com to learn more about OG's gummies and where you can find them. You must be 21 or older to enjoy, and we ask that you enjoy responsibly. Out at our tea party, OG's was there, and they were hooking everybody up with the non-medicated version of their gummies just so you could try the flavors. And I'm telling you, the flavors are top-notch. You cannot go wrong with any of the flavors they have.
And their hats are pretty badass,
They
too.
are.
Flex, I like to joke a lot around here, you know that?
Yeah.
But did you know there's some things that I just refuse to joke about?
No, I didn't.
Yeah. And one of them is flooring.
Oh.
I take flooring seriously, just like our friends over at Empire Today do, right? There's all these people in the flooring business that think you're a sucker, that just want to make a joke of the flooring business, right? Not Empire Today. They don't do that, nor will I here, all right? With Empire Today, you get a shop-at-home convenience and the right product for your need, quick and professional installation, and a price match guarantee. So while all these other jokers are trying to get flooring in your home, and they're trying to do whatever it is that their shenanigans are, Empire Today will price match them. So you don't need to worry about them. Just make sure to get Empire Today. It's the best place to get new flooring. So, of course, they have copycats, but Empire Today can't be beat on quality, service, and speed, right? That's the way I am as a boss around here, too. Can't be beat on quality, service, or speed. They won't promise the lowest price because, I don't know. Just deal with it. Otherwise,
I'm
I'll
riding with you, dog.
right?
I'm riding with you, dog.
They won't promise the lowest prices because anybody who does that is putting flooring in your home that they wouldn't put in theirs. Probably stuff that smells. I don't know.
It's definitely not cute.
Allegedly, all right?
Definitely not cute.
So, I mean, honestly, the flooring that you want is with our friends at Empire Today. And it gets even better, right? I said I don't joke.
Right.
And I don't joke. They're going to give you $350 off when you use the promo code PHNX. Restrictions apply because they always do. You got to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. But see empiretoday.com/PHNX for details. Empire Today, we don't joke about flooring because we believe in ours.
Absolutely.
You guys can have that one, by the way. That was an Espo tagline, but you can have it.
All right, guys, let's round out today's show by taking a peek at the singular game you need to be paying attention to tonight. That is the Bucks and the Pelicans that tips off at 5 p.m.
Yeah.
Let's go Bucks!
Like we talked about, Pelicans got a tough stretch here over these next couple of games. So if they can get one against the Bucks or the Celtics, that'd be huge for them. And I think if you look at all those teams that are bunched up there, if you get to 50 wins, I think you give yourself a chance of getting the 4 or the 5 seed.
Yes.
Fun fact, 2 cities I've been extremely drunk in.
Milwaukee and New Orleans.
Yep, went to college in Milwaukee for a short time and went to All-Star Weekend in New Orleans.
New Orleans is a good
so
place.
Did I. It was a blast.
Love New Orleans.
Honestly, I think, not to take us on a tangent here, but after the All-Star game comes to the Phoenix, should go back to New Orleans.
It should be there most years.
It was so fun.
Rotate in a different city every now and then, but
It
New
was so
Orleans would be
I'd
great.
love to tell you I remember much of it, but I don't. So.
All right. Well, thank you all for hanging out with us today. We appreciate you. Don't forget, tomorrow we'll have a pregame show and a postgame show. And
And a watch along.
Are we doing it?
Let's go.
All right.
Come on.
Third
man.
watch
Come on.
along of the week. So that means you can get
Let's
82
do it.
hours of Espo live.
Yeah.
Hey,
Some people's
Flex and Eric will
dreams.
be there too. Like, it's not just me. Okay, it is why you're showing up, but Flex and Eric will be there too.
So come hang out with us. We'll have a pregame show for you guys. We'll do a watch along, and then we will also have a postgame show for you guys as well. So until we see you then, be sure to give the show a follow on social at PHNX_Suns. We did have a last second super chat come through from Leo. They said Clemson or Arizona.
Oh man, well Clemson knocked out my UNM Lobos in the first round decisively, so go Clemson. I still hate U of
For
A
the company,
too much.
Arizona.
Yes, for the
not
company.
the company, Clemson.
For me personally, go Clemson.
Suck it so.
For my own sanity, I'm gonna say Arizona.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fair.
That's fair.
Yeah, Arizona.
All right.
I need numbers. All right, that's what I'm saying.
Thanks for hanging out with us, you guys. You can follow me at Lindsay Smith AZ. You can follow Gerald at Gerald Bourget. You can follow Flex at Flex from Jersey. And of course, you can follow Espo at Espo. Take us home, Espo.
Remember, take care of your business. Ahoy, hoy.
We all silly like the mayor.